Hey y'all. All right, let's make one of our little easy, inexpensive, quick little dishes tonight that we've been doing. So what I have thought about tonight, do y'all remember these? These little gratin potatoes. They're so good. I love these. I don't cook them much anymore. Um, for one, neither one of my boys ever really loved these. But whenever I first started cooking, like out on my own, I cooked these all the time, and I love them. So we're going to take these and turn it into a little meal. I have some ham that I had in the fridge that I have diced up. I've got some onion. We're going to add a bag of veggies in it and some little bit of extra cheese and just turn it into a little potato, ham, veggie skillet dinner. Now my ham, it was one of those Kentucky Legend hams, and I know you're thinking, well, those are not cheap. Well, they're not, but I always get them whenever they're on sale. So I grabbed one the other day, and I mean, it was a pretty big one. It was like a half ham, and it was like $10 and something. Well, I'm only using about 4 or 5 slices here. So you got to think maybe that's maybe a couple dollars for your ham. These little box of potatoes are $1 something. We're going to need a little bit of milk, our onion. I'm going to add in a little bit of extra cheese. So anyway, you're still looking at a $10, maybe $12 dish at the most. It's still a very inexpensive dish, and it's quick and it's easy. That's what's even better about it. So, first thing I'm going to do, y'all, I'm going to do it in the cast iron skillet just to make it all in one pot, because y'all know I like to kind of pre-cook my meat a little bit and sear it up. You can also do this with smoked sausage. Actually, I think that's where I kind of got the idea of it years ago. There was like a recipe on the box that said like smoked sausage, and you could add a vegetable or whatever you wanted. But since I had that ham, I thought, well, that will be perfect to do, so that's what we're going to do. And I'm just going to cook it in this. Now, you can just put it all in a casserole dish and throw it in the oven that way, or you could do it all just in a skillet. You could do it in a skillet and then toss it in the oven like I'm going to do. You can do it so many different ways, y'all. You know, I always tell y'all, do it however you want to do. So, I'm just going to let that ham cook up for just a second, and then I'm going to toss our onions in. I've got a bag of green beans in the freezer. That's the vegetable that I'm going to use. But you could do like peas and carrots. You could do broccoli. You can do whatever you want. And this is, of course, this is something you can even do with real potatoes. Y'all know I love to do like a cheesy potato with my leftover ham and make like a, a cheese sauce or whatever. But this is just a very quick and easy way to go about it and use one of these little boxes. I love these. I've not had them in forever. And so I'm excited to have some tonight. And if y'all notice, somebody is in the chair over there. She hasn't jumped down yet. So she may hang out with us tonight. We never know. She's been tore all to pieces because we've got a groundhog in the backyard hanging out, and she does not like it. Not at all. You know why? Because when she starts barking, that groundhog just never lets up eating. Like, he just keeps on eating his little sunflower seeds or whatever, peanuts, whatever he's eating out there. And we'll just look up at her and go right back to eating. Like, you're not phasing me, girl. And she does not like it, I'll tell y'all. Anyway, I'm going to get my green beans out. I'm going to get, we got to turn our water on back here to boil. You know, we're going to do the same little recipe like that the box calls for, with the water and the milk and all that. So, I have my water here. We're going to let that come up to a boil. I'll come back, we'll toss our onions in, and we'll get all this mixed up, y'all. Just quick, easy. Hey, y'all, just real quick here. You know, the original recipe for these potatoes calls for 2 cups of boiling water and 2 tablespoons of butter. Well, I was completely out of butter. I used it all the other day at the cookout. I didn't want to go to the store today, so I did find this little bit of seasoned butter here that I still had. Where is that lid at? And we're just going to toss that in. I thought, well, It'll just give more flavor anyway. So it's just like a seasoned butter. I'm gonna just toss the rest of this in there. That looks about like 2 tablespoons, right? So we're gonna bring that water up to a boil, just like the box says. And then our milk, it calls for half a cup of milk. I'm gonna do about 3/4 cup of milk instead, since we're adding in some extra stuff, just to give it a little bit more liquid. So we're gonna add in a little bit of extra milk, and I'm gonna add in some extra shredded cheese. Aside from that, we're going to do this just like the instructions. Y'all know this ham pops like crazy. So we're gonna go just by this, except for a little bit extra milk and some extra cheese. And if you want to, you could just do some extra water or something else. I just think we need a little bit more liquid since we're going to be putting more stuff in it. So this ham is cooking up and popping like crazy. So now I think I'm going to go ahead and toss in our onions, okay? Because we just really want this to cook for just a second. It don't have to cook that long. I'm going to throw in, and you don't have to do the onions, y'all, if you don't want to. I just decided to do that. But you know, if your kids are a little bit picky, like mine, you can leave this out, of course. So I'm just going to let that cook for a second. I'm going to let our water come up to a boil back here. And here in a second, I'm going to get our green beans out. I'll come back. Let me let that cook for just a second, y'all. Okay, y'all, our onions have been just cooking in here with our ham for a few minutes. Now I'm just going to throw in a bag of frozen green beans. This is 12 ounces. Now, like I said, you can do any vegetable that you want to do, or you can use a canned vegetable. It doesn't have to be frozen. I just really like these. These are the real little small, it's called fine green beans on here. I really like those. So, I'm just going to mix those in. Like I said, you can do broccoli, anything you want to do. Peas, carrots, or a bag of just mixed vegetables. That would work too. I'm just going to let these cook around for just a second. Our water has come up to a boil back here, so I'm going to turn that off. And just kind of let these beans thaw out a little bit so they can kind of cook evenly with our other stuff. I have our milk here. Like I said, I did a little bit of extra milk. Here is our cheese sauce that come in our potatoes. And what I like to do is mix it in with the milk. And that way it's already good and mixed in whenever we add it in. So I'm just going to put that in there with our milk. Mix it up. Y'all see how quick this is? It's going quick. This is fast and easy. And like I said, inexpensive. You could also do smoked sausage, or you could just do these potatoes with your green beans or another vegetable, and then have another meat as a side dish. You could just have your 2 vegetables in one thing, and then do another meat. You can do it however you want to do, y'all. Okay. All we gotta wait to do now is just let these green beans cook for just a second. Everything else is ready to go, and I'll come back and we'll put it together. Alright, y'all, I brought y'all over here to this other eye so you could see a little bit better. But you see, pretty much we just let our green beans get thawed out. That way they can kind of cook evenly with everything else. We have our milk here and our cheese that came in our package. Now remember, we're doing the potatoes just like the instructions on the package, except we're adding a little bit of extra milk, and we're going to do a little bit of extra cheese. Aside from that, we're doing the same amount of water it calls for. We're adding the butter in. Everything exactly the same, just a little bit of extra milk, and I'm going to add some extra cheese in, I think. Alright, here is our water. It called for 2 cups of boiling water. We'll make sure to get all that cheese out. We're going to toss that in. Okay. Now I have some shredded cheese here that I did earlier. I'm going to put in maybe about half a cup. Okay. And then we're going to do a little bit of seasoning. I think I'm going to do a little bit of Creole. Now, you don't have to do any of this. I just choose to. We're going to do a little bit of garlic powder. Just a little sprinkle of each, y'all. A little bit of onion powder. And I think a little bit of pepper. Okay, and a little bit of salt. Now I'm sure that cheese packet has salt in it too, so we don't need that much. Then we're just gonna mix all that around. Just like this. Get all that good and incorporated. Now we're gonna add our box of potatoes in. Okay. Just kind of push all those down in there in that liquid. Belle, what are you scratching at over there, girl? What are you scratching at? I'm throwing this everywhere, y'all. This is such a mess. This smells really good, y'all. I think it'd be really good. I may end up adding a little bit of extra cheese to the top. I'm not going to yet. I've got the oven set on 425. The box of the potatoes said 450, but I think I'm gonna do 425. I just feel better doing that since we've got the other added things in there. It might need to just do a slower cook. So anyway, I've got it on 425. I'll let y'all know exactly how long it takes. I'm fixing to pop it in there and I'll come back and we'll see what we got here. Hey y'all, just real quick, while our dish is in the oven, I want to show y'all, I know I told y'all that I used the Kentucky Legend ham, but I want to show y'all just in case anyone isn't familiar, and I know it's kind of got a glare on it, but this is what it is. If you're not familiar with this kind of ham, it's Kentucky Legend. It's already sliced, it's cooked, it's great. I get these all the time, especially like I said, when they're on sale. They're good for sandwiches. They're good for so many different things. Like I would do, when I buy one of these, I do so many different things with this $10 that is spent here. It is so worth it. And that's what this one was, like $10 and something. I can't see the pound, but it was a good size. I use it to make Braden sandwiches for lunch. I put it in dishes. It's good in beans. It's good in so many different things. So anyway, I just wanted to show you in case you weren't familiar whenever I said Kentucky Legend ham, but it's really good. And anyway, our dish is in the oven. Y'all, I feel like I've been on a whirlwind. You know, we had Braden's birthday the other day. We had our cookout. It worked out great. His friends come over. You know, he has had such a good group of friends since he was like knee high, and they have all stuck together, and it's wonderful. I love them all like my own, and you know, and they're all growing up now and getting married and having kids, and so I love it whenever they come over and I get to see them again. And we had a really good time, a really good turnout, and so then yesterday we just had leftovers, and I was tired. I'm telling you, I was so tired. And he was too. So we were both in the bed last night by like 8 o'clock. But anyway, I'm yakking enough. We've just got this in the oven. It's already smelling so good, y'all. And then today I just been doing laundry and everything, so I know I look rough, so don't y'all pay any attention to that. It's all about what the food looks like, right? Anyway. All right, let this cook, y'all, and I'll come back and we'll see what we got. Hey, y'all. Okay, let's get our dish out of the oven. It's smelling so good. Let's get it out here. Let's see. Ooh, that is hot. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Does that not look good? Oh, my goodness. Look here, y'all. Look at this. Well, that looks so good. It smells fabulous. I know that. Okay, y'all. I'm going to let this cool, hang out for just a second, and I'll come back and we're going to do the taste test. And by the way, before I forget, I did 425 for 35 minutes. Now, you know the instructions on the potato box for just the potatoes alone says 450 for 25 minutes. So I think you could do either or. I just wasn't sure, and so I opted for the 425 for 10 minutes longer. But I think the 450 for 25 minutes would work also. So just whatever you want to do, you know, depends on how much time you got. I guess since I cooked it 35 minutes, we can't call this a 30-minute meal. So I think we're going to have to call this a 45-minute meal. But either way, it's still quick and easy. All right, y'all, let's get some of this out and taste it. I've let it sit here for a few minutes to try to cool off. I love how it got like kind of, I think my little handle thing, oh, here it is. That's what I need. Hang on just a second. Let me put this on here. All right, y'all, now we in business. I love it how it got kind of crispy around the edges and on the top. I love that. I think this is going to be great. Oh, shoot. I'm making a mess everywhere. Okay. That'd be enough. Let me see. Let's get that little bit of ham off of there. And then I dropped some ham down here. Let's get that out. Alright, get me a napkin. Okay. Back you up a little bit and let's try this. Yes, I'm doing a paper plate tonight, y'all. I've had so many dishes over the last few days. Tonight, I'm like, I don't even care about a nice plate. Look at this, though. Ooh, it is still so hot. Let's get us a little bite of everything. Some ham, some green beans. Y'all see little Belle over there? She's been outside. She just come back in. She got back up in her chair. You know why? She smells this food being done. She's ready to eat too. Oh man, I love this. That is so good. I've not had any of these little gratin potatoes in so long, and they're so good. They're so different than your homemade ones. There's just something about that flavor that's different, and they're good. This is really good, y'all. I want y'all to try this. The only thing, I will be honest with you and tell you, you know, I put in that little pinch of salt. I think you could probably do without that. I like salty, so it's okay to me. But if you don't, it might be a little salty for you because, you know, you've already got that. We only put in a little bit, too. You've got that cheese sauce packet that has, I'm sure it has salt in it, and then you got the ham. I didn't really think about the ham, but you could do without the salt. Like it has salt in it, I can tell that. This is great. You'll have to try this. I love this. I'll have to make this more often. I done forgot about this. You know, like I say, I just forget about stuff. And this is so good. I love it. I love those potatoes. The green beans are perfect. You'll have to try this. If you do, let me know, because I know y'all are going to love it too. Delicious. Okay, y'all. I'm going to have this. I got to give Belle her chicken. Like I said, she hasn't eaten yet neither. And we got to go for our walk. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. I meant this video should have been way shorter. I have ran this way too long just talking. But y'all know sometimes I just got to talk to y'all. I got stuff I got to tell you. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.